Hello everyone. This video will explain the intelligent agents that were already created and included in your course shell. If you go to your course and you choose Course Admin, you'll see a list either in alphabetical order if it's by name or by category, and you want to choose intelligent agents. We have two that we set up for you, two types I should say. One of them is for login, and the others are for missed assignments. Let's talk about the login and release condition reminder first. When you actually select this intelligent agent, if you choose Edit, you'll see all of the details and information here. So it has the name, it has it already set up with all of the criteria needed, who it's going to. Now, for the login intelligent agent, we wanted to actually notice if a student had not logged in for at least 2 days and that they have not accessed the course for at least 2 days. Those are two different things. Just because they log into Falcon Online, they might look at a different class. So you want to make sure that it's not only logged into Falcon Online, but also the course. Again, that's already built in there for you. Then you want to see the repetition. Again, we have that built in for you. We want this to be sort of a relentless reminder, especially with the 6-week summer classes. We really want to make sure that the students are checking in. So they should get an email every single time they meet that criteria. So basically every few days, as long as they keep meeting that criteria, they should get an email. So it's taking the action every time it's evaluated and they've met those criteria. So it's going to send an email. Again, the email is already set up specifically with the criteria and the way that it needs to be set up properly. And you can change the basic wording, but when you see something in the parentheses like this, do not change that. But if you want to change the wording in terms of the subject, like we have don't fall behind and it has the first name, you can change the wording of the actual email itself. But what's nice with the one for the login is it not only reminds them that they need to do it, but it tells them this was the last date you logged in. This was the last date you actually accessed our class. So it's already built out to do that automatically for anybody who's met those criteria. And it also gives them the reminders of this is what you need to do, meet the release conditions, etc., where to find some of the information that they can work with that. So that's all built in there. All you now need to do is at the bottom here, you need to choose your scheduling. So how often or frequently do you want this to occur? So for this particular one, you would want to update the schedule, and our classes start on June 29th. So you would want to run it daily from June 29th. So we'll just change that and say 6/29. And usually you want to give it at least until the add drop period, but maybe a little bit extra just in case somebody still hasn't done what they need to do. And I would basically say until July 5th. So that's going pretty far into the second week of class. So now you see that it's going to run through that time period every day that they have met those criteria. They didn't log into Falcon Online and they didn't log into their class in at least 2 days. Now you may want to add something in the email here saying if you have logged in, you may be receiving this email, you can disregard it, something like that. But it's never a bad thing to just keep doing that email. So it's a good reminder. So all you would then need to do is hit save and close, and that would complete that release condition. All you would then need to do is click on that one and choose enable. And what that does is it activates it. Now let's say you actually ran that release condition. You could see that it actually ran and who got it. So for example, here you can see for the ones that were missed, certain people were identified. So you would be able to see that list once it's run and say, oh, okay, well, who missed the introduction discussion? Well, here's all the people and the email that was sent to them. So you're able to see that history. So let's get back here to the intelligent agents. One other thing to show you here, like I said, was the other intelligent agents were the missed assignments. So what you would want to do is fix the dates on each one of those missed assignments. So I'm just going to pick the Am I Ready for College? So we'll go ahead and hit edit. And on this one, again, everything is already built in there. One thing you will notice that's different is it has nothing to do with the login, so we have nothing built there. But we do have a release condition. And that release condition is that that student didn't submit anything to the Am I Ready for College assignment folder. So basically what this email is going to tell them is, hey, you know what? You missed an assignment. So you're only going to run it once. So again, the repetition's already built in there to do it once. All built in here for you. And this one says, do you need help, in the subject line? And in the email it says, hey, you missed this assignment. I want to make sure that you didn't have any problems or questions. You know, this is how you can email me. Just use ClassList if you need an online meeting. So it's a great way for you to make that connection with a student. Maybe they just forgot to do something, had an error, but it initiates that communication. And you don't have to go looking through your grade book of saying, well, who missed the assignment, who didn't? Let me go and find them. Let me email them. It will run automatically. So what you want to do is, for the scheduling date for that, you want to update the schedule, and you want to have it run daily once. And then for the start date, you want to have it on the day that it's the day after it is due. So let's just say that for the sake of argument, the start date is July 5th. Or excuse me, the due date for the Am I Ready is July 5th. You would want to run it for July 6th because you don't want it to run on July 5th because they still have until midnight July 5th to complete it. And the intelligent agents run at 8 p.m. on the day that you have it scheduled. So it will run on July 6th at 8 p.m. Again, you don't want it to run July 5th at 8 p.m. because they still have between 8 p.m. and midnight to submit their work. So once you update that, hit save and close, you have what you need, and that will then show on when it's going to run for you. Now, there are a few things, and you'll need to do that for each one of these intelligent agents that are assignment related. Now, if you want to do a practice run just to see how it's run, this is in a class that had them running already. If you want to just do a practice run for one of them, you can go right here to, like, for example, Am I Ready for College? And, whoops, sorry about that. You want to go right here to this drop arrow, and you want to do a practice run. And what it'll do is it will actually run it, and you then can see the email that was being sent out to students, because you will also get an email related to this intelligent agent. So you can do that. The other thing that you can do is, if you know, for example, that that's going to run on July 5th, but you don't want to wait until 8 p.m. for it to go out. You want it to go out first thing in the morning. Well, that means you need to get up first thing in the morning and then come here and hit Run Now. And then that will manually force it to run on demand for you. If you want to actually see who received that information, again, you can click on the results of the last run. If it runs frequently, for example, the release conditions one, you might want to see who keeps getting an email. You just click on that View History, and it will show you how many times it's run and each time who would have been identified for that. One other thing I just need to point out to you is that on this page here under Settings, you want to make sure that when you go into that you change this, where it says use the system defaults. You want to actually put set custom values for this course, and you want to put your email. So you want to have your Daytona State College email here. And the reason that you want to do that is because you do not want the students to be getting an email that says, hey, you missed the assignment in SLS 1122 section 57ZA, and the email is coming from online@daytonastate.edu. You want it to be coming from you, your instructor's name, and your instructor's email. So make sure that you change that. And again, here it will note, it'll tell you that it doesn't run until 8 p.m. So you don't want to work with it. Actually, it's 4 p.m. our time, 8 p.m. Central Time. So again, that's right here on when you hit Intelligent Agents under Settings. Let me just show you what that looks like on an actual intelligent agent. So if we scroll down to the email, you will see that it is actually coming, name that the emails come from, online at Daytona State, reply online Daytona State. You don't want that. You want them to reply to you if they have a question, or that that they see that the email has come from you. The only other thing that I would suggest is that in your Outlook account, that you create a folder that has something called missed assignment in the subject line. That way, all of the emails that do get sent out to your students that also get sent out to you will all just be housed in that one folder so that you can see it, make sure it's run, all of those kinds of things. If you have any question about these intelligent agents, please get in touch with Instructional Resources. I worked with Aaron Sunday, and he double-checked all of these and said that they were all right. We just needed to make sure that people made the settings that I just mentioned to you in this video. But if you have questions about altering them, about creating some of your own, please get in touch with Instructional Resources. They are there to help you. So one last reminder, how did I get here? All you need to do is on your home page, you go to Course Admin, and you go to Intelligent Agents, and it gets you to that page.